All right, everyone, welcome to 118. Today's video, we're actually going to be looking at the Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi. You know, this is that form he took where I guess there was that flashback scene when he was going to strike down Kylo or whatever was going on. And then when he did his like force projection in front of Kylo Ren to look like he did at the time, I guess he last saw him. And for whatever reason, this figure is actually kind of hard to come by. I remember when it was first announced. I didn't rush to pre-order it because I typically wouldn't pre-order these, but then it was hard to find, and I found one place that had it, Sure Thing Toys, which I get figures from often, and so I was really happy that they happen to have it. Yeah, so let's take a look, just real quick, just get an idea, just a standard figure of a dude, really. You know, this is kind of just a simple design. It's a middle-aged man. He's just kind of wearing a cloak that seems to have a lot of wrinkles in it. What's interesting is he comes with his older lightsaber. He doesn't come with the lightsaber, the green one, you know, the one you would expect him to have and to use, you know, so for whatever reason, you know, they wanted to do that for The Last Jedi, and so the toy came with it like that, you know, whatever. Don't want to get my personal feelings about The Last Jedi in the way, but yeah, let's take a look at the figure. So real quick, as you can see, I mean, this looks almost like an older Mark Hamill. Usually it's really hard to get that guy translated well, but I think this is really well done. I actually really like how this is done. And, you know, to look at the head articulation, this seems to be a mix of the old and the new, unless they just had his neck kind of like that. But they kind of have that ball joint in there that looks like it's very geometric, probably 3D printed that way. That allows you to get a lot of movement in the head, but it's just the neck for some reason looked to be sculpted like something that's a little older. But no, the head's pretty good. It moves easily for whatever you would need to do. Let's see the down, the up. Yeah, the more I mess around with this head, the more it looks like it's Mark Hamill, and I almost feel weird that I'm kind of just like pushing his head around, but I think he'll forgive me. And then with the arms, they move up easily. They kind of go up that far, and that's fine. And he's got this little robe thing. Again, you could take this off like they kind of do with other action figures, but then it wouldn't be consistent with the rest of it. So it's supposed to kind of stay on, just be a little loose for movement. And then even looking at him underneath, it kind of looks like an odd sculpt, but maybe this was just because they had it in mind to have this cloak on. I got to say, just overall seems kind of odd, but you got to give it to them for the detail. Not only these kind of wrinkles that are slightly showing up, but then the detail itself in the shirt. Let me see if I can get a good view of that. Yeah, look at that. Look at the detail in the clothing. I mean, that's really well done. This hood piece seems to just, I don't know if it's part of it or just another piece they glued on and attached that you can't really move off. Let's see, the waist swivel there. It's more than just a waist swivel. It seems to be almost like those kind of G.I. Joe joints. But you know what? There's not too much movement to it. You know, that's something else that's newer, or that's with a lot of the new Star Wars figures, is having more of that abdomen crunch. But that is not here. I mean, not a big deal, but just that it kind of limits his movement, even though there's not too much. And then moving down to the feet. So we've got this part here that, you know, it's actually not like they do the newer ones, where it's a little softer. There's not even like a little cut to movement. So it's very limited what you can do. But if we look down there, it looks like they do have kind of the newer kind of ball joint in the hips. They've got the rotation at the upper thigh. So really, this would have been a modern design, but it's hindered by this skirt here. And then we have the knee, you know, kind of well done here to kind of hide the joint when you move them this way. So that's not too bad. You know, it doesn't go back too much, but it probably doesn't need to either. And then, yeah, a lot of this sculpt is actually really cool. And then down at the feet, you can move that back, move that forward. This is very typical with the Hasbro Star Wars. Really well done. And he came with, you know, an unignited lightsaber. So that actually goes right on the belt here. It has a little hook for that. So that's very nice. And also came with another lightsaber. To be honest, I don't remember if this is the literal exact one that came with him. I have so many action figures of newer Star Wars that have come with this lightsaber that it could be anyone's, but it's the canon canonically, it's his. So anyway, I'm a big fan of the Luke Skywalker character, so I really collect all the action figures of him, especially in the vintage collection line or saga collection or any of those others that are from Hasbro that are the 1/18, 3.75 inch size. But some of them I've had to customize over the years in order to be more screen accurate. But this one just takes the cake for what it's trying to portray, what it's trying to do. I didn't even look at the hands, really. That's probably my bad. I mean, these are very limited when it comes to hands. There's not much you can do down with the hands. But, I mean, again, this is just a well-done figure for what it's supposed to do. I'm sure when Hasbro got the information for what to sculpt, it was probably really limited. They probably didn't have context for what was going on the screen. Otherwise, maybe he would have came with a green lightsaber also. So you could have maybe that era of Luke Skywalker. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you like this video. And yeah, we'll talk later.